And hello, everybody. I think we are here. I think we're here. Yeah, we're here. That's very nice to see we're here. Everything's looking good. Why does that look so fuzzy? Wow, that's way down there to 144. That looks a whole lot better. I like it that way. Hey, everybody. We're going to get started right off the bat. Let's bring in the one, the only, the infamous, and I mean infamous, Lloyd Mendenhall, the grumpy blogger, everybody. Welcome, Lloyd. Howdy.
How do. Thank you, Mel. Thanks.
Welcome. Glad you could make it tonight, man. Well, we
Well,
got a lot of guys.
I'm
We got a
glad
lot
to
of
be
guys
here.
and girls in the chat tonight. I
Oh,
see
really?
Brandy from Fishing Stripes, Mitch, old guy in a drone, Mike B, that grumpy vlogger guy. I don't know about him. Jody Drone Shots. Howdy, my friend.
Yeah.
Kiwi, Mike Goats, my little brother and dad, Backwoods Droner. Artco made it back from Detroit. He had a little trip up to Detroit playing hooky, I guess. I don't know what he was doing. Hello, Tim.
I think
Welcome.
he was
Ben
actually at
Cartwright.
school.
He's what?
He was at school.
Oh, he
Well,
was at school.
reunion.
Oh, that's
A
right.
reunion.
That's right. The school reunion. I forgot about that. Yep.
Yep.
So I hope that went well for you, Art. I hope it went as well as mine did. My 40-year reunion was quite the event. It was a lot of fun. Uh, how about you, Lloyd? Anything going on? How's Miss Judy?
Oh, Judy's doing good. She's had a pretty decent weekend. I mean, she was awake a lot this weekend.
Well,
Not
good.
at night. I mean, she got a good night's sleep and a good day, pretty
That means
good.
you
So
got a
yeah,
good night's
everything.
sleep, huh?
I did. I got two good nights sleeps in a row, and it was nice.
Man, how you gonna handle that? Hello, Jeff Ellenberger. Welcome. Glad you made it, my friend.
Well, I was up at 10 o'clock this morning, sitting in here, working
Up
on my
at
computer.
10 o'clock, huh?
Yeah,
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 that was 5 hours behind me.
yeah. But I don't usually get up till about 1.
Well, that's true. So that was early for you. That's right.
That was early for me. Yeah.
You're not really inspired. Yes, Mike, it does
Rick
not come
Halber.
with the camera. You have to buy the camera separately. Hello, Rick Halber. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. And there are several options for cameras for the Inspire 2.
Yep.
The X4 is a great one to start with, the X4S rather. The X5S is an upgrade to that, and those are, you can get an X5 you can get a used X5 for under $1,000. You can buy a brand new one for about $1,800, and you can go really nuts and spend $18,000 and get a XT, and they have an XT2 now, I understand. So, yeah, there's all kinds of camera options for the Inspire 2.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, well,
Hey,
guys
Lloyd, I'm
wondering why I'm
wondering,
not
what are
real.
you doing?
I I'm playing around trying to reset my set because I had everything set up for the show and then I forgot to save it. Actually, I started out the day setting up my new Stream Deck XL, the extra large one,
Oh,
with all of its
yeah,
fancy buttons. The
rub it in.
problem,
Rub it in.
sorry. Anyways, it's my
Angela.
birthday present. Yeah. But anyways, so I'm trying to reset everything back to where all my shots are the same, you know. So the best I can do is this. Let me do that. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be the
Let
same because you redid it all. So,
yeah. Yeah, and see that didn't work.
well, it
The
looks like
sound
it's.
didn't
Oh, the sound didn't
but the
play.
sound didn't right, yeah.
Hello, Peter. Welcome.
And
Angela, it's
so
really
that's
cool
one
to
of those
have you
things
here
I
with
gotta
us. We have
one of
another
those things I
lady
gotta
in the
fix.
chat, also Fishing Stripes. Angela, that's Brandy. Angela, meet Brandy. Brandy, meet Angela. Angela flies drones and Brandy flies fishing poles. So that's kind of different. And Chris Hope, welcome and thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. So you've been trying to get your new Stream Deck stuff set up, and you're still
Yeah,
fighting with it, huh?
yeah. I'm still. Well, actually, Stream Deck stuff's working fine. It's just like I can. That one works, but obviously, that one doesn't because I've got the wrong. I grabbed the wrong one.
Well, it worked
But
in the
you know,
pre-show.
yeah, it did. I don't know what I did wrong. Uh, but it's just one of those.
That's all right. You'll get it figured out. I
Yeah,
have
I'll
no
get it
doubt.
figured out. Yeah, there's no sound to that.
I have no doubt you'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
Nacho, that's Carlos?
Carlos.
All right.
No, Nacho. No, no,
Nacho.
Nacho is not Carlos. Nacho
Oh,
is Nacho.
Nacho is Nacho.
'Cause, yeah, Carlos is
Back from
beyond
the
the
sky.
clouds. Back from the sky, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll get it. I'll get it sooner or
Yeah.
later. I say that every
Yeah.
week, and every week I never get it.
Yeah.
Nacho is
it's okay.
Dennis, apparently.
Dennis, yes, is Nacho. That's
Brent
right. I
Nunley.
knew that.
Dan the man, the drone worship man.
So, Mel, what have you been doing?
Well, I've been relaxing for the weekend because
Yes.
last week on Wednesday, I sustained, or what do you,
Obtained.
obtained steady full-time employment. So I got a job last
good.
week. Worked my first 2 days, Thursday and Friday.
About time you quit slacking.
I know it. I finally decided
I
it
mean,
was time.
because you've got to go to work and pay taxes so that I can keep up my retirement. Because your
Yeah.
taxes help with my retirement.
That you're exactly right.
And
That's very true.
I was afraid that they
So
were
I
going to
have
cut
to
my
work so
wages
that you
because
can
guys
sit
like
on
you
your.
were slacking.
Yeah. I have to work so guys like you can slack and sit around. I get it. I understand that.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
appreciate it, Mel. I really do.
Well, I'll tell you, the first day, 12 hours, we're working 12-hour shifts, 5 to 5. And so I get up at 3. I leave here at 4:15, and I'm at the plant by about 10 to 5.
Right.
And yeah, I have never, ever had a job like this. I've been self-employed for almost 40 years. So I've never had a
Right.
job experience like this. And punching a
Kicking
time
your
clock,
ass.
waiting for that brake bell to ring so that you can go have a smoke, and waiting for the brake bell to ring so that you can go back out again, and then waiting for the lunch bell to ring, and then you get 45 minutes for a lunch, and then you get 2 more breaks, and then you get to go home at 5 o'clock. Who'd have thought 12 hours on a forklift would beat the absolute hell out of you like it does? I had no idea. But let me tell you what.
I feel for you, Mel. There's just no way. There's no way I could do it.
Angela, I couldn't do your job. No. But,
Hello,
for
Chris.
being
I forgot to
basically
say
off
hi
for
to him.
almost a year and then walking into a 12-hour shift it's an ass kicker. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine.
Well, Jeff, I hope the storms don't get too bad up there. I know you're near the house there near Fort Wayne, Indiana, so I hope everything works out. And Sonari. Yeah,
Sonari is
welcome
in
to the
there. All
welcome
right.
to the early rise group, she says. Yeah, right.
Yeah. At least you're getting up to have. Does she have coffee ready for you, or is it the other way?
Well, when she leaves, like she works on the weekends,
Right.
So when
Okay.
she leaves at 3:30, 4 o'clock, by the time I get up at around 6 or 7, the coffee pot's done turned off, so I get to make fresh coffee. So
Oh,
what I
okay.
do is, well, looky there. Let me see. I got to push a button. Yeah, look at there. Thank you, Roosevelt. $15 super chat. And that's added to the $5 super chat he did earlier before anybody
Oh.
came in. So it's yeah. So anyway, it's different. Cardoso, welcome. It's a different situation than what I've been accustomed to, that's for sure. And Angela, I get it. 11 miles a day. That's when she's working where she works. Yeah, she's got one of those things that she wears on her wrist that counts her steps and all that stuff. And
Right.
yeah, man, I tell you what.
Yeah, and no offense, Mel, but you are getting a little long in the tooth to be doing that kind of work,
Well, I'm getting a little old, you know, and yeah,
I'm sorry. I really should be showing you more sympathy than I am, but I just can't.
yeah,
It's just not in me.
especially when
I'm
it's me
sorry,
that's
man.
got the mute button, you know.
I know.
But,
I'm so sorry.
and
I feel bad. I really do.
I'm gonna let everybody in chat scold you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Mel.
Yeah,
Really, I am.
I see all that, Lloyd. I see how sorry you are. Written all over your face.
Yeah, isn't it though? Yeah. I'm sorry, Mel. No, I do feel for you. A couple of years ago, I got the bright idea of going to work. That didn't last but about a month. Some little snot-nosed kid he was my boss, trying to tell me what I was doing wrong. I forgot more than he'll ever know.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
I don't
I
have
went
that
in and told the
problem.
boss, I said, yeah, I told the boss, I said, nah, he's just in it. He's just a brown noser, and I can't put up with that type. And I don't have to work. I came here for a specific job. You guys aren't letting me do that job, so I'm out,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So
I get
that's
that.
what I
I
did.
understand. I
Yeah.
really, really, really do. So,
It was just something I was trying to help some people out, and I ended up getting crapped on by that. And,
uh-huh.
I called up Social Security, and they said, "You didn't even work enough to even count." He says, "You have to work 9 months before we'll even consider talking to you about whether it impedes your retirement."
Right,
Okay.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
So let me get a little bit of
But
advertising out of the way here. Uh, if anybody happens to be listening that has things to send, for like reviews and whatnot, feel free to send them to this address right here, 400 AGL, P.O. Box 12, Holiday, Tennessee, 38341. That's the place to send things in the mail if you want to send me a package. That's absolutely right. That's the place to send it. Felicia, who's leaving? What am I missing?
I don't
Angela
know.
leaving, or who's Felicia? I missed something. Hmm. Oh well.
Well,
Oh
I don't
no.
know. Let me look at the chat.
I don't
Let me
see
chat out. Lost girl.
Gilbert Drone Services from Collierville,
Gilbert Drone
Tennessee.
Service. Huh. I'm in
Welcome,
Culliver, Tennessee.
Collierville.
You say bye, Alicia, when you're saying goodbye to somebody you don't, like it's kind of a joke.
Oh,
I have no clue.
TV show. Saying never mind. Yeah, yeah, Angela, you got us going there. You definitely got me
TV
going.
show
That's for
saying,
sure.
never mind. Sorry. Got you. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Keep up, Lloyd.
Don't worry about it, Mel. Just move on.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I can't hear you.
Well, that's
I
because
forgot to
all
turn
them
your mic
fancy
on.
buttons you got. See,
Why am I not hearing you?
that's part of the. Yeah, it's just Collierville's a suburb of Memphis. That's it. Like in the Memphis area. Anyway, TCM, welcome. Glad you made it. Glad everybody made it, actually. I really am. Looks like we got 28 people watching. So, something I want to remind everybody of, and I did not make a slide for this, and so for that I apologize. But what I thought I would do is make a slide live on the show. Lloyd, you want to make a slide live on the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
Anybody want to see how to make a slideshow live right here while we're doing this? We got a few minutes to kill some time. And it'll be a quick intro to Adobe After Effects. If anybody wants
that would be cool.
Wants to see how things are done, we'll put a 1 in the chat if you want to see a quick little thing get made, or put a no in the chat, or a 2 if you don't. Just kind of give us an idea of what you guys are interested in. Dad said about old. Haha, what? Old? I don't get it. What's he talking about? Oh, so of course Cardoso puts a 69 in.
Probably me making fun of you about being long in the tooth.
Oh, that could be. That could be. Yep, and she's got to get up really early tomorrow because she has to be to work a couple hours earlier than normal, so. Anyway.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good night, Sonari. Glad you could stop in.
Yeah, how come I'm not seeing, let me see here, let me try something. I got to go check something out right.
You know what?
I got to go look.
There. We always talk about, there we go.
What did we talk about?
We always talk about hitting live chat or top chat. And this is two times I've done this here this week. And I forgot to hit the live chat. And I'm wondering why I'm lost.
Well, that's why you're lost then, maybe, huh?
That's it, yeah. Being Cartwright, we are not, neither one of us are using Wirecast.
Won't use it.
Yeah, it's got too many
have no
problems,
reason to use it.
But we are using vMix.
Yep. No, we use vMix, Ben. And in fact, I can make a really quick input and show that to you. Let's see, how do I do that? I got to go here to desktop capture, and I got to do local desktop.
Yeah.
And display number 1. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that up there, and I'm going to move this over here. Okay, you guys, here we go. This is going to make it look really funny. But there is on the screen right now, full screenshot of everything I do in vMix. I have all of my shots lined up. There's 7 tabs across the top of the screen right here. And each one of these is labeled like for desktop capture, guest cameras, in and out timers, main camera shots, Lloyd's main shot, my main shot. So if I wanted to go to Lloyd's main shot, I would put it up here like that in the preview window and then cut it over. Now I'm going to cut back to this capture of what vMix looks like. This main input shot right here is every single input that I have made and set up for vMix, so that everything I do is right here. And then these markers across the top, they're like layers, and you can set categories for each thing that you want to use so that you know where to find them, and you don't have to try to look through this whole great big list of all of this stuff. And so that's how that works. And so when we're setting things up, that's what we're doing. So you can also program it with buttons. For example, I have the 10 keypad on my keyboard. I have buttons programmed to do certain things. Button number 1.
Yeah, they're macros.
It's like a macro, yeah. And so keypad button number 1 puts these 2 scenes back on the screen. And button number 2 zooms mine in. Button number 3 switches it to Lloyd. Button number 1 brings it back to both of us with the chat. And of course I have the drone space playing in the background of all that. And when I get a super chat, I hit the Canon button, which is the period button, and it brings in the Canons and sets off the subscribe, all that stuff there for Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and la-di-da, and then I hit button number 1 and it brings it back to the straight camera shot, and that's everything that it does. Now I need to bring it back down to small screen so I can see the chat window again. Well, it's not a great explanation, Ben, but it's a quick explanation.
It's a quick one. Yeah.
And if you wanted more time, Lloyd or I would be able to, when we have time, sit on Skype screen share, and we would share our screen with you so that you could see how everything works, how to create inputs, and how to put it out in the output window, because you have a preview window and an output window, and anything that you put in the output window is what's going live on your YouTube stream.
Yeah.
So, and you can also do things like somewhere over here I have this shot I can switch to and change out to a secondary camera so that you can see all 3 monitors and everything I got going on the screen. I got the chat listed over here. I got the YouTube stream that I'm watching on the far monitor on the right, so that I can make sure that my light stays green for streaming and everything's working the way it's supposed to. And then on the left, I got another program. I've got actually Adobe After Effects open on the other monitor, so that just in case we decide to play with that, we can. But now that I've switched to this camera scene from that camera right up there, I'm going to hit button number 1 on my keyboard, and it'll bring it back to the double main camera shot. So it's kind of cool.
And part of the reason I'm having to reset everything is because I screwed up today and saved over one I already had set up. So I have a different, what do we call those? Call them different shots, I guess, or different
inputs. Well, we have all different
presets.
Inputs.
Yeah,
and presets.
Yeah, we have different presets for, like, this is the one I use for Mel shows, and or similar to it, and
he has
I always had
right. Like everything you guys saw on mine, all of the inputs and everything that you saw on the bottom of my vMix screen, that's for my live stream. If I join when I join Lloyd on his show, I have a totally different setup saved, and instead of opening this one, I'll open that one so that I can do everything that I do with his show. And he does the same thing. He has a different setup for his show than he does my show. He has one for Art's show, and
I have one for Greg's show.
And one for Greg's show, and you can save as many setups as you want, and you just open the one that you want to use for that particular stream. So it's really handy.
You just got to remember, yeah, it is. The only problem you got to remember to do is pay attention when you're saving. Well, it's always save. Every change I make, I save, which I apparently didn't at the end of me restarting my computer. So I did something wrong there. And earlier in the day, I was setting my macro keys on the Stream Deck, which is like he talked about using the keyboard. I now have a Stream Deck XL, which has, what did I say, 32 keys? Yeah. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 keys. And I have pictures. Like I have one. See, I can make it so I can't hear Mel now, so he can talk. You guys can still hear him. I just don't have to listen to him. But anyways, I'll turn him back on because I like hearing him.
And it's funny, I can do the same thing. I can mute Lloyd, too.
They can't hear me. Yeah. Well, you can mute it so you don't hear me, but you can mute it so they can't hear me either. But anyways, in the process of doing all this today, I had one little thing I needed to do on my set for tomorrow, and I saved it over the top of Mel's set because I just come from doing his. And so I had to hustle this evening and
try to get something set back up.
Yeah.
And
Try to get it set back up
Grant
for your
made it
show.
in. Hello, Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. Thank you for joining up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Ben,
Always good to
Wirecast
see
is
Grant.
good. Wirecast has a lot of features that, well, I won't say it has a lot of features. It has some features that vMix doesn't have, and vMix probably has
It's
some that Wirecast doesn't have. But
in some ways I like its organization a little bit better after using it for a little bit. But now that I'm learning to organize vMix better, I can't see that it's that big of a deal. It's certainly not worth, uh, with all the problems they're having right now, it's not really worth the money they're charging for it.
well, when I first looked at vMix, I thought it was confusing. When I first
Yeah,
looked at OBS, well, and we did all this together.
right. We
We
did,
messed with OBS and it was unstable, so we went to Streamlabs OBS. That was
which was
really
stable.
that was really stable and really good. Um, we just didn't like the way it worked. I looked at
Right.
vMix and I looked at Wirecast, and between the two, vMix looked easy and
Yeah.
user friendly, so I bought it.
Yeah.
I downloaded it and used the 60-day free trial, and I also looked at vMix during that time, and vMix was just, to me, it just
You mean
didn't look user
Wirecast?
friendly. I'm sorry, Wirecast.
Wirecast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked at Wirecast, and Wirecast is an awful lot of work to get it set up to do what you want to do with it. And vMix, it's just, to me, it seemed a whole lot easier. So I
Well,
bought vMix.
having tried them both, my problem is going over to vMix and trying to learn something new from the start and doing it the way I did it when I learned with vMix. And
Right.
I just, I'm so used to, I set this whole, I've got a total of, let's see how many inputs do I have on here now. I got a total of 21 inputs set up for this show, and I'm not finished yet. But I've got a total of 21 set up, and uh, I'm going to have to change a couple things around, obviously. Mainly I think I downloaded the wrong background set here because something on it didn't look right. But, anyways, uh, with that, with that said and done, I still was able to do all this 21 inputs in like 45 minutes easy, and I've been playing with it and doing it while we're
Yeah, and
uh,
there's no way you could do that with Wirecast,
no,
and
no,
not that quickly. No way,
no,
no how.
definitely not. Yeah,
Hello, Drone Life. Welcome. Glad you made it. So yeah, Chris. No, I don't see the commercials on my end. The only way I would see those is if I went and watched YouTube, watched the feed on the YouTube side the way everyone else views it when they're watching my stream
yeah.
or watching my video.
Well,
I
that's been
see
the
them when I
hardest
go
thing
to my
because
videos and watch those
right,
once they're posted,
I
but I
was
don't see
paying
them
for the
until then.
I was paying for the premium YouTube or YouTube Red or whatever they were calling it to start out with.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, we were discussing that on a panel with somebody one night, or I was on a panel talking with, and I got to thinking, why am I paying for that? Now I know why. I'm so tired of those friggin' commercials. I got used to
Uh-huh.
watching YouTube with no commercials, and they're driving me nuts.
Uh-huh.
And I went back to sign up to re-sign up for it, to renew it, and the price went up by $3. I was locked in at
Yep.
the original price.
Yep. You should have
I
kept it.
screwed up. I
Yes,
should
Mike.
have.
Lloyd's using a green screen, and I have one.
Yes.
I just don't have it set up right now. I decided to try this just to see,
Yeah.
and it's a little easier. It's a little simpler. But
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I can.
doing chroma key in
Uh,
vMix and using a green screen is very, very easy to do.
yeah, and it's real simple. I can just. If you want to see what my set looks like, that's what it looks like.
Well, not we can't see much of it because you get all we see is your camera shot.
Right. But that's all I have cut in here.
Yeah.
Well, I can do it. I can do it this way. Okay. And there's my studio. You know.
Yep. That's the green screen.
Whoops. I hit the wrong one.
So
But yeah, I'll just go turn that little thing back on. And actually,
there you
I need
go.
to update that anyways. There we are. Movie magic.
Movie magic. That's how you do it. Movie magic. So
Yeah.
the other thing I want to talk about a little bit is viewer videos, guys. I would like for everyone that wishes to participate to send an email link to my email. Well, I guess I got to type it right. I missed a letter there. 400agl.net at gmail.com. There's my email address. I would like to have people that wish to have their video spotlighted on the show
Hello.
and be part of the show to email me a link to your videos that you want to share, and I'll pick one and we'll have you as a guest on the show and play your videos and talk a little bit about how you like to fly and what you like to fly and so on and so forth. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm collecting emails and picking things out and deciding what we're going to do. And if you're interested, send a video and we'll take a look at all that. And looks like Lloyd's got to go away for a minute. So Lloyd's going to go away for a minute. And let's see, let's just go to shot number 2 and we'll make it work like that. So yes, send your video links. Don't send the videos, guys. Just send the video link to 400agl.net at gmail.com. And like I said, if you want to send an actual something in the mail, if you've got something you want to send in the mail, just send it right over here to this address. 400AGL, P.O. Box 12, Holiday, Tennessee, 38341. And that'll show up at my P.O. Box. Lloyd should put Lloyd in a coconut bra, red curly hair while he is under the water. Oh, and make him look like a mermaid. Is that what you're doing, Angela? That's really funny, but I can't imagine. Nah, can't imagine. Welcome back, Randy. Thank you. Yeah, I can't imagine doing that. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, is I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but who wants to see how I do things with, you wouldn't get kicked out for that, Angela. No way, no how. Who would like to see how we make things with Adobe After Effects? Does anybody have an interest in seeing that? I'll make something really quick and really short and show you all how easy it is to play around in After Effects if you're interested. Nobody put numbers in the chat earlier, so we're going to do a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. Jody says, sure, why not? Or yeah, why not? Randy wants to see. Cardoso says, sure. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm just going to cut over to there and make sure that my audio stays live because it has to. That's really important that my audio stays live. What do you mean you're not built right, Chris? Yeah, Lloyd, you need to go read the chat that Lost Girl Hikes put up in the thing there. So anyway, okay, here's what we got. We have a blank program, After Effects. It's all blank. We're going to create a new composition. So what the first thing we're going to do is, and I need to move this over to that screen so y'all can see it. The first thing we're going to do is when you create for a new composition is you have to set your settings up. So we're just going to call this test 1 for the time being. And it's 20 seconds long, so we're going to change that. We're going to make it 0, 5. We'll make it 5 seconds long. Okay. And then we'll just start it for now. So now here's our timeline. Here's our work table where we're going to work. The first thing we need to do is put in a background. So we're going to come up here to composition, settings, no, layers. We're going to come to layers. We're going to make a new layer and we're going to make it a solid layer. And this is popping up on my main screen, so I got to move that over there. This solid layer happens to be the color of blue. You can change this to any color you like. And I'm going to end up moving all this stuff back to my other screen later. But for now, we're just going to keep it as a blue layer, and we're going to say OK. So there's our blue layer right there. Now suppose we wanted this blue layer to show up 2 seconds into our 6-second timeline. So if we move our marker over here like so, and we're going to open this up, and I got to lean over and look at this other monitor. We're going to mark the position of that with a keyframe where it is right now. Then we're going to move it off the screen with the arrow key, just so that I move it straight sideways. And I can turn Lloyd's mic back on now that I see he's back here. So I'm going to move that off the screen to right there. And then I'm going to move, I might have should have done this sooner. I might have just goofed, I know I did, I goofed that up. Yeah, I goofed that up, guys. Maybe not, maybe I can make it work this way. Let's go right about here, and we're going to make a keyframe with it there. And then if we move the timeline across, yep, I did, I goofed it up. So we're going to go to that keyframe and put it back over here. And I sure wish I'd have made that keyframe first. Okay, close enough. So now this is going to move when we play the timeline. That's going to move in like that. The whole thing is 6 seconds long. So at the end of 6 seconds, it'll just start over and repeat. Okay, for now in here. So we're at this mark with our layer, and we want to add something else to it. So we're going to do Control I, and we're going to insert. What are we going to insert? Let's insert the Grumpy Vlogger. So we're going to bring that in, and we're going to bring this down here on top of this layer, just like that. And it's going to show up right about there. So let's suppose that we lock this layer, the blue layer, so we don't mess it up. We're going to open up this other layer, and we're going to transform it, and we're going to come and bring the timeline marker to there, and we're going to mark the position because that's where we want it to end up. Then we're going to bring the timeline marker to about here, and we're going to take this layer and we're going to move it off the screen and up to the left with that marker. See how that created a keyframe right there? Oh, and I got to turn Lloyd's mic back on. I said that, but I didn't do it. Okay.
You didn't do it. Yeah.
So now what we have is, we have, when we play the timeline, oh, why isn't it playing? What am I doing wrong? What the heck happened to me here?
I don't know.
I do.
Wasn't my job to stay in charge of you today.
It wasn't, huh?
No, I'm barely staying in charge of myself.
Oh. Well, now that just played a second ago, so why in the devil won't it play now?
I have no clue. It's playing.
For now, well, I'm moving the timeline manually.
Oh, okay.
It's not playing on its own, and I don't quite understand what I did wrong to make it not play on its own. But it's supposed to. When I hit the space bar, it's supposed to play, and it's not. So I don't know what I did wrong there. But anyway, so we have this little blue screen slides in, then the Grumpy Vlogger slides in. And if that's where we wanted to make it stop, that would be fine. Otherwise, it's going to play out for the other 4 seconds or about 2 or 3 seconds, and that's where it's going to be. Good night, bro. So now all we would have to do is save this, and to do that, we just go to File, Save As, and we're going to put this, right now we're just going to put it on the desktop. No, that's not a good idea. Put it in K, and we'll put it up here. We'll just put it in this, and then we'll find Lloyd's folder right there, and we're just going to save it right here in Lloyd's folder, and we're going to just call it Lloyd for right now. So now we've got it saved. Now we're going to export it, and we're going to export it to the render queue so that we can render it. And we come down here to lossless, and we click on that, and I have to move yet another screen to that window. To get this to work as a add-in file on vMix or virtually anywhere else, we save it as a QuickTime file with a RGB plus an alpha channel. So we'll save it like that, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to name it, and we're going to save it in Lloyd's folder, and we're just going to call it test1 in Lloyd's folder, and we're going to say save. Now, it all saved and everything. Now this is where having a really good computer helps out, because not only am I working in vMix, broadcasting live, but I just created a file in After Effects and rendered it while I'm broadcasting live. Now, what I'm going to do is come to my desktop capture. No, that's not what I want. I want this one, and I'm going to come down here to the vMix live window, and I'm going to put that back live. So here's my vMix stuff, right? I'm going to come down in here, and I'm going to add an input, and it's a video, so I'm going to just make sure I'm selected on video. I'm going to browse to Lloyd's folder, and I'm going to find test1. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to add an input for it. So now there it is, and when I bring it into play mode, this is what it's going to do. Now that's in the preview screen. Now I can set this to loop, so everybody's seeing this live, because I got it in the preview screen, which is on the left-hand side of my vMix. If I wanted that to be in the broadcast screen, I have several ways I can put it there. Just fade it over like that, and it's just going to continue to play until I tell it to do something else. So that right there is how quick and easy it is to create a file.
Make a slide.
Make a slideshow, whatever you want.
Right.
And add it to your live production, all while you're doing it on the fly. You can't do that quite that easy with Wirecast.
Well, I did something like that with Greg, and it took us 2 hours to do a complete setup. And then I just got to the point where I couldn't focus anymore because I was doing along with him. Finally, I just said, okay, and so he finished it up to show how it was done. But it was a 2 hour live show, and I mean, it's really informative. It taught me a lot of things. But and while you were doing that, I was changing my background just a little bit because I wasn't happy with that wall. I had the wrong wall input in, because you made me reverse a left and right, and I had the reversed one on, which put the proportions out for where I'm got my desk setting.
Oh, okay.
So I put it back. You notice it's in proportion now. It's a little better.
Yeah, it looks a little better.
You know. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna.
The other one had me way. Yeah. No, I knew I. But
Angela thinks you need a red wig and coconut cups.
I saw that. I am not doing the Little Mermaid. Okay. I will. But actually, this background Any of you guys watch Oz by Drone or his show on Thursday? You're going to see this as part of his transition, except
Yeah,
he's got it in
that
black and white. This is a transition right out of or a
yeah, but he
feed.
also has it
That's the
in
one thing
color.
I
He puts that behind him a lot, just like that.
right,
Yeah.
right. But yeah, this is the yeah. It comes in color. All he does is fade it out, you know. And I could do that.
Uh-huh.
I could put it to grayscale too, uh, but yeah. And this comes from Wirecast. This the particular scene here. I can do
Okay.
that because you get they have a file library as long as you're keeping their yearly thing up. Uh, you know, it's worth it for the file library,
Yeah.
the sounds, all of that stuff. You
Yeah.
know, so what I do sometimes I'll open up Wirecast, look for a sound or a background, type it in there, and boom.
Now, if I had a
You
green
know, that's
screen
where I
and I
got
was drinking from this green cup, it would look funny.
it. Yeah, it would look well.
Especially
It'd be
if I had
invisible.
like purple liquid in the cup. The cup would disappear
Purple
and all you'd
liquid.
see is the
Yeah,
liquid. That's
yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting experiment. We might have to try that.
We might have to try that. Yeah.
All right,
Did you
Jeff,
notice
thank
what
you. Have a
hat I
good night.
had on?
I noticed you got one of my new hats on
Yeah, and I've even got,
and the shirt. And you know what shirt I
and I'm
have on?
even,
I have on the flight crew
yeah,
shirt because
flight crew shirt.
I want to
Yeah,
remind everybody about
spin up
Spin Up, October 19th,
is
2019,
October
Austin,
19th.
Texas. And
Yep,
I'm pretty sure that Chris is posting links for that. In fact, I see one there right now.
he has been.
Yep. Chris is the link man. I tell you what, we need to double
He
his
is.
pay,
He
Lloyd.
is.
Why don't you go ahead and
We
do that,
do.
all right?
Okay, I'll give him. I'll double it from what he's getting right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, double his pay.
Yeah, yeah,
He's doing
yeah,
twice the work. Anyway,
yeah. Double of nothing. Uh,
yeah,
is still nothing. Yeah.
yeah.
He he does
Roosevelt
a
says
lot
he's
for a
the
lot of
missing
people,
link.
not just. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, by
But
the way, Kiwi, I haven't done that yet. I was going to send you an email and I totally forgot, but we need to get together and talk because I tried to do an address deal and it wouldn't work. I couldn't get the address to go in the way it's supposed to. So we're going to have to get that figured out. I'll need some help with that address thing. But anyway, over the next few days, we'll get that worked out. Hey, Palladian,
oh,
thanks thanks for
Palladian is
coming.
in.
Glad you
Yeah,
made it. But
yeah.
yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Um, I've got to get up at 3 a.m. So I'm not gonna go long. I'm gonna make sure and cut it off right about here so that we go off at 8 p.m. And
Right.
hopefully everybody enjoyed what we did talk about tonight, talking about what we use
Yeah.
for our streaming gear and our equipment and some of the things we do with some of the other programs and so forth that we use. And
And tomorrow's show on my channel at 7 o'clock Central Time U.S. Mitch, old guy in a drone, is going to be filling your shoes, Mel,
very good, very good.
because
So not only
you
going
and
to
I
have him
talked
on the
about
show,
that.
but you're going to have him on as a guest spot.
I figured I'd go ahead and make him as the co-host tonight or
Uh-huh.
tomorrow night.
Right?
He's going to be my guest co-host. So, yeah, exactly. So,
And
yeah.
Roosevelt gets 3 because that's his 3rd super chat tonight.
Oh,
Thank you very
wow.
much, Roosevelt. I appreciate it. I really do.
Oh, I just love that
I was
button.
up. I had to get up
Oh,
early. Want to
man.
stop in. Well, I appreciate it, Palladian. I really do. I really thank everyone for coming in. And
Yeah.
leave a
Yeah.
comment on this video after it gets posted and stuff if you liked the little tutorial with After Effects. And if you do,
And,
we'll do a little bit more of that kind of stuff. We'll maybe show you some stuff on vMix, and if you're thinking about live streaming, Lloyd and I both would be more than happy to help you out and kind of point you
absolutely.
in a good
Absolutely.
direction. What we believe is
Yeah.
the right way to go, or the best way, the easiest way to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, and don't forget
And that's one of the
400agl.net.
things. Yeah.
Send me links to your videos so that we can start doing a weekly viewer video thing. We're gonna start doing that
Yep.
in 2 or 3 weeks. But I need to get. I've only
Yeah.
had a couple email
Couple
guys,
of,
so we need to get a
yeah.
little more of that going.
Right.
And be sure to catch Lloyd's show tomorrow night, The Grumpy Blogger, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube.
And it'll be the Grumpy Vlogger channel. You guys know the link.
Yep,
And
yep.
Mitch, old guy in the drone, is going to be my guest co-host because Mel will probably be in bed by the time my show starts, or
Or
thinking about
close
it
to it, or
anyways.
probably should be.
Close to it,
So,
or probably
yeah.
should be. So,
And Kiwi, send me an
and
email, and throughout this week we'll get things worked out, and I'll get figured out how we're going to make that all work out.
yeah.
Alrighty,
So,
folks.
yeah. I'm ready if you are. And
Are we
remember, guys,
ready?
be nice.
Well,
We are ready. Thanks, everyone.
thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, everybody. Glad you spent your Sunday evening with us here at 400 AGL. I'm really glad to see that. I really do appreciate it. You guys have no idea.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to fade to the timer, let it run for 5 minutes, and we'll see you. Okay, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this show tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. I really, really do. Lloyd, thank you for being here with us. And I don't know what you got stuck on the front of your screen, but you got something stuck on the front of your screen right there. I don't know what the heck you got going on. And you got your mic cut off, too. You got your audio cut off.
I do. There we go.
There you go. Welcome back. Anyway.
It's the shatter. It's the shatter. It stops right there, and I usually switch over to this screen. I was doing some background setup while I was at it. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Lloyd, good night.
See y'all tomorrow. Good night, Mel.